Venom The Last Dance. How would I describe it? A beautiful hot mess. That is how I would. A beautiful hot mess that you don't need your mind. You don't need to engage your mind too much. Otherwise, if you do, you'll just be annoyed. But a beautiful hot mess. Let's talk about it. Hi, how are you? Good morning, good evening, habari zenyu, saseni. I hope you all are well. And I wanted to talk about Venom, The Last Dance. I talked about it on my socials, and I usually don't spoil the movies over there, but here we are all about spoiling. So if you're looking to go watch it, please don't continue watching the video. Go watch Venom and then come back to the video. So how would I describe Venom? I feel like the whole trilogy was okay. It was good. It's not something that I would actively go looking for, but I think I would rewatch the whole trilogy probably in like 2026 all over again, just for the fun of it. But yeah, it stars, of course, Tom Hardy as Eddie and also as Venom. And yes, I think what sells this movie is the chemistry between the two. And you feel like they are like real friends right now, like really good friends from the first movie till the third movie. The only thing that I was wondering is why they wouldn't make this movie as an R-rated movie. I feel like it would have done so much better if these movies were R-rated. But anyway, I really liked the chemistry between the two. Obviously, they kept me laughing all through. And the plot summary is it surrounds we find them now post Marvel and everything, because they teased the Marvel thing towards the second movie, the towards the final act of the second movie, and then when we come back to the third one, they tease it kidogo, and then they go back to their universe, and the Venom is like, I'm done with multiverses. I think we are all done with multiverses at this point. I don't think any of us want to hear about the multiverse because it has been abused in so many ways to a point where no. So yeah, and they are running from the law. They are running from the law. It's said that Eddie is being accused of killing the detective from the previous two movies, and they're now running from the law. And Eddie is like, let's go to New York. I know someone who would act as a safe haven for us. And in the process, they hop on a plane and ride out of the plane to New York, and that is when they are attacked by this alien creature that we don't even know what it is. And this alien creature is working on behalf of this guy called Null. And it's up until the when I was researching this movie, I got to know that Null is being played by Andy Serkis. And I'm like, I know this movie and I used a lot of people, and personally for me, I would have cut out a lot of these people and give other characters more chance to be a bit fleshed out for the movie at least. But he doesn't do anything. This guy just gives orders. I think he didn't even do more than 10 lines. He didn't. And he was even teased at the very end of the movie. It's like they were like, okay, I know it's a trilogy, but we're not really closing the door completely because now we're still teasing this Null guy. And this Null guy has sent this alien creature to find this thing called the Codex that was formed by Eddie and Venom when Venom saved Eddie from the last film. I don't have the plot summaries because I also had to go back and try to remember, okay, what was the first Venom movie about? What was the second? I remember I liked the first Venom movie. I think a lot of us did like the first Venom movie. The second movie was quite forgettable, and then now we have the third one. So they are after this codex, and this codex comes along when they fully transform. So when they fully transform, they are like a radar that is sensed by this alien, the alien that is supposed to be after them. And the only way you can nullify this codex thing is either you kill Eddie or you kill Venom. So they're trying to avoid that. Remember, Eddie is running from the law. They are running from the army that there's an army that is also after them because they are after the symbiotes, and they're also running from the alien creatures. They are running away from three entities. So there's a lot to deal with all at the same time. And the reason why I said this movie and I used a lot of great characters, because you have this character that is played by Rex Stickland, who's like an army guy, and also Dr. Teddy Payne. Those, I feel like we would have fleshed out these characters better if we cut out the story of Rhys Ifans, this guy that acts as Otto Hightower in House of the Dragon. For me, I saw him and I was like, Otto, and here he plays a hippie, and I was like, I feel like Otto is so complicated and sophisticated. Him playing this hippie character that puts his family literally in danger kind of undercuts him. Personally, for me, I would have cut them off for at least for us to get to flesh out these other storylines better. And this is why I called it a hot mess. It has like really fun moments where you really laugh, and it also has these serious moments where they also undercut. They are undercut by this funny moments. So this movie was all over the place, but it was fun. At the end of the day, as I said, if you turn off your brain, this movie is fun. Because for me, I laughed. The thing that I really didn't like about this movie, and I don't know if it's just me, was the sound mixing. I feel like it was so bad to a point where when Venom was speaking, I couldn't really hear him clearly. It took every bit of me, every bit of my concentration to try and listen to Venom, especially when they were like in this really high tense fight situations. I really had to like zero in and try to listen to what these people were saying, because the sound mixing is so bad. As in, the reason why, yes, we are a generation that has been obsessed with what are they called, subtitles. Yes, I know our concentration is really bad, but also it's also because the sound mixing is so bad in so many of these shows and movies that you literally do need those subtitles to understand what these people are saying. I wish where I was watching it from they had subtitles, because I was really struggling. So please, studios, make point and make note. This is not Tenant. Tenant was another movie. I don't know if the director did it intentionally, but the sound was so bad to a point where you couldn't even hear anything. That's how I felt in some of the scenes. So yeah, as I said, this was a beautiful mess. It was fun, it was okay, but so many people were underused. Personally, for me, I would have cut off the cop guy because I didn't see the need of him. I think him staying dead and him actually just being dead for them to find a reason to run away would have been okay. And yeah, and this null guy played by Andy Serkis, I didn't even know. I feel like if we cut out a lot of the filler things, we would have tried to know more. We know he's in an alien prison and he did the codex to free himself from prison so that he can do all sorts of things. I would have loved probably to see a reaction, or rather not a reaction, an interaction between him, Eddie, and Venom. I would have loved to see that. We didn't get that. As I said, it had a lot going on for itself. As I said, the saving grace was Eddie and Venom's chemistry and their friendship. And the other thing that really sold it for me was the ending. I feel like the third act was really good. It had some really good solid fight scenes, especially when you look at the aspects of Venom, of the symbiotes teaming up with the scientists to fight the alien thing. And then you remember in the second and the first movie, they were really adamant in telling us that the symbiotes do not like bond with people very easily. It's very hard for them to find their ultimate bond, and that's why Eddie and Venom's bond is special, because it's not like a regular thing. So them undermining that one thing that makes Venom really just cancel out everything that we've known from the first and second movie. So I didn't really like that. I liked the fight scenes, but I didn't like the way they undermined that thing that makes Eddie and Venom, you know. So yeah, and also the fact that we find out that Venom actually sacrifices himself for Eddie. that was really really painful. I really really cried, and they used the memory soundtrack, and for me the memory soundtrack is really really special because I lost a friend in 2020, and I used to listen to that song and it kept reminding me of him because he passed on so suddenly. So I really liked that moment of vulnerability between Eddie and Venom. Venom actually taking the time and just sacrificing himself so that Eddie could actually live, and Eddie just doing the one thing that Venom wanted to see. He wanted to see the Lady of Liberty in New York, and he went and saw it, and he was like, buddy, I'll never forget you, because Venom was like, don't you dare ever forget me. So yeah, the third act was actually really good. It was good. It was emotion. It hit the emotional points really well, and yeah. So Venom: The Last Dance, as I said, a beautiful, beautiful mess. And if you don't have anything to go watch, especially for us right now, I was looking at the Century IMAX schedule, and I've watched like everything. I've watched like everything. I think the only thing that is showing right now from where I am is Venom: The Last Dance, and there's this animation called Rebellious. I know nothing about it, but yeah, if you're looking for something to go watch on your own, a solo date. For me, I usually do solo movie dates. If you're looking for like a date kind of movie, this is a good movie to kind of break the ice, because it's not so serious. You don't need to have watched the previous ones. It will just fall into place. Yes, so up until then, thank you for coming this far. If you don't mind, subscribe, like, comment, and yes, I'll see you on the next one.